Okay, so this is a video for the solo for I Love Rock and Roll. It's not a hard solo, but it's a solo that's played with a lot of swagger. And the timing of the bends has to be quite precise, and the bends are very clean bends. There aren't any bends where you're kind of holding the note. You're bending and then letting go of the bend to play the next note and all that kind of stuff. But I'll show you what I mean when I play it. So, starts off with the main riff of the song. So 2 hits the E chord, and then... So 12, 10 on the top E, 12, 10 on the B, and 12 on the G. And that's that's a minor pentatonic scale. So that's a minor pentatonic, whereas the rest of the solo is in a major pentatonic. Now, not that really matters, but just so you can tell the difference, okay? Because the major has a much more happy, nice kind of, you know, G sharp major scale feel to it. So then you hit the E again. Now you're going to do this bend on the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. So bend, down, open. Very small bend, so make sure you don't bend too high. It's not that, it's... And then you hit this little mini 7th chord up here. You're playing the 7th fret of the A string, 6th fret of the D string, and 7th fret of the G string. It's like the same shape as a D7th chord down here. It's an E7th. Now, in the record, the guy hits the chord, give it a little bit of vibrato, so push quite hard and give it a little bit of a wobble, and then he pulls on the neck of his guitar, so you're pulling it towards you to drop it down a little bit. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that very often because you've got a metal rod, a tensioning rod inside your neck, and it's not going to be very good for it doing a lot of bending and all that kind of stuff. But that's what he does on the record. If you had a whammy bar, that'd be better, but as you don't, I just... Sounds fine, but he bends it, okay? Then you're off. This is now is a major pentatonic scale. And you're starting on the 9th fret of the D string. I think he slides up onto the 11th fret of the D string, 9th fret of the G string, and up to the 11th fret, which you're going to bend. So, and you're bending the 11th fret up to the 13th. But after he's bent it, he doesn't hold it and play that note. He goes, and it's a kind of the bend is held, and then the 12th fret of the E string is played very quickly, and then you do the same bend and you play the 12th fret of the B string. So you're going 9, 11, 9, bend the 11th up to 13th, 12th fret of the E string, high E string here, and then bend again up from the 11th fret of the G string, and then you're using your pinky on the 12th fret of the B string, and then you're going to have this string, so you're already bent there, and then you're going to bend it back down again, and finish with a hammer on. So when you bend, at that point you keep that bend up there, and then play it, let it go, take it off to the 9th fret. So 3 distinct notes. Hit the 11th fret of the D string, and then back to the 9th fret of the G string, but hammer it on almost straight away. And then finish off with a... So 9, 9, 9, 11 on the D string, 9 on the G string, 12 on the B string, and straight back to 9 on the G string. And again, longer on that. So that 12 is a quick hit and then back to there. So that whole sequence is 9, 11, 9, 11, bend, 12 on the E string, 12 on the B string, bend back on the 11, 9, 11 on the D string, hammer on from 9 to 11 on the G string, and then 9, 9, 9 on the D string, up to 11, hammer on, 9th fret of the G string, then this pattern is going to be 3 hits on each note and then slide down. Actually, I'll use my second finger, which I'll explain to you in a second. So using your second finger, 3 hits on the 9th fret of the G string, and then slide it down 1 fret. All the rest of the slides are going to be 2 frets. So 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Now that's a pull off rather than a slide. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 on the D string, 2 on the D string, 4 on the A string, and finish on the 2nd fret of the D string. So but at that point the band hits an A chord, so you can hit an A chord there. And that's the finish of the solo. So I think the main thing is that it's played with a lot of swagger and attitude. You know, you can't just kind of... It's got to be, and you can't... It's got to be... So the bends are audible. So when you don't bend up to the note. I mean, you do bend up to the note. You don't bend and then hit the note. You're going... And they're quite slow bends. So you can hear the bend in the song, which gives it that kind of, I don't know, again, the word that springs to mind is swagger. So I think it's quite a neat wee guitar solo, considering it's just a very quick thing, and it fits in very well with the rest of the record. So, okay, good luck with that, and I'll make sure I get the tab to you fairly soon. Okay?